What's up, Scoop Podcast? I'm your host, Erica Kruppen. And on today's episode, I want to go over my terms of service, my policies and procedures. Now, I know a lot of people do business a lot of different ways. This is just mine, right? I get asked all the time, how do you do your billing? How do you handle weather issues? In the beginning, I didn't know. I was just how I felt. Did I feel like going and working out in the snow that day? No. Well, we're going to cancel it. As you grow and as you start to get staff, there needs to be some type of consistency. I don't know how long this episode is going to be. I actually have a hard stop in 26 minutes, so it can't be any longer than 26 minutes unless I come back to it. So we're gonna blow through these, bust it out, bust a move, whatever you want to call it. All right. So my terms of service, it used to be on my website. I just went on my website. It's no longer on there. And here's why. Because of that whole like text messaging thing that's going on, my terms of service need to be updated so I could get approved for whatever that text messaging law form thing is. So my terms of service aren't there anymore. But I do send my terms of service, or it's called Crouppens, Poopin, Scoopin policy and service guidelines. This gets sent to every single customer through Jobber, which Jobber is the software that I use for basically all my customer communication, my invoicing, my routing, all of it. Okay. And we send out service reminders at 8 a.m. on the service day for the customer. And in the email, it has today's your visit reminder, today's your scoop day with their name. And then it says, if you need a quick refresher on our policies and service guidelines, check them out below. And it lists all of this information. Now let's go ahead. Let's run through this. Okay. My billing policy. This is for reoccurring service. Their credit card will be charged automatically on the first of each month for the upcoming month service. What does this mean? This means that we are a subscription based model and we're also prepaid. So if you are going to have service for December, your card is going to be charged at 9 p.m. on the first of that month. Okay. And for one time services, we require a $30 deposit. And then once that service has been completed, their card on file is charged automatically. Now, if the payment fails, if payment is unsuccessful, service will be paused immediately. You have 30 days to resolve the issue to resume service. After 30 days, your account will be removed from our schedule and a one time cleanup fee will be applied. So, say if Jane Smith doesn't pay her bill, which I think I need to update this actually. This thanks for reminding me. If they don't, if their bill gets their card gets declined, we pause their service on the third day. So 3 days after the first, which is the third, we've reached out to them on the first, the second, and the third. Now, if this happens like on a weekend, we do give a little bit of grace. We do try to play with it, but we stick pretty firm to it. My BAs don't play any games. They're very on top of it. I was not very on top of it, but they are. We reach out to them. We send them a text message. We send them an email, and we give them a phone call. We let them know that their service is going to be paused if their payment isn't made by the end of the workday. We pause their service, and then we still reach out to them. We still try to communicate with them. We try to get payment. Sometimes they'll reach out to us and be like, hey, you haven't been to our yard. Well, you haven't paid your bill. We sent several reminders. They paid the bill. Do we credit them for the time that we did not service their property? No, we do not. We do not give them a credit because when we come, we're going to have to scoop up the waste that wasn't picked up the week before or 2 weeks before. Now, if it hits that 30-day mark, they still have to pay their bill. And then they are charged a one time cleaning fee on top of this because now there's accumulation after accumulation after accumulation. And I add a $10 late fee, but I do waive the $10 late fee. I waive it. Don't don't tell the VAs. Okay. I shouldn't be doing that, but I do. And then as for collections, it says accounts unpaid after 30 days will be sent to collections. I've never sent anybody to collections. Maybe one day I will. All right. Now let's talk about our skipped scoops. Your yard will be skipped if the gate is locked or frozen, dogs are in the yard because we don't allow dogs in the yard. We make exceptions, because there's some dogs that aren't gonna like eat our faces off. There's some dogs that aren't gonna run. There's some dogs that aren't gonna jump and knock us over. So we do make the exceptions, but blanket statement if the dogs are in the yard. Weather conditions that prevent safe service. Uh, in these cases, your service will resume the following week with a double duty cleanup. What does this mean? That means we're not giving them a credit. We're going to skip that service and we'll be back the following week to do double duty. Yard challenges, tall grass, leaves, debris. These conditions can make it difficult to locate all waste during our visits. Missed waste will be addressed during the next service after your yard has been maintained. This is letting the customer know that we did the best that we could, but unfortunately, you have tall grass, you have leaves, you have issues, which causes visibility issues. So we can't do our job until you do your job of taking care of your property. What do you do if you notice missed waste? Let us know immediately so we can address it promptly. Holiday and service interruptions. We observe the following holidays and adjust our schedule accordingly. If a scheduled scoop day falls on any of these holiday services, your service will be moved by 1 to 2 days unless otherwise noted. Memorial Day, July 4th, and Labor Day. Now, my company is still small enough to where we can kind of like move houses back and forth, right? We can push them up, we can push them back because we're still small. When we get bigger, I do foresee this being an issue, but for right now, we're able to do the scoop shuffle. Thanksgiving week. We are closed Thanksgiving Day, which is Thursday, and remain closed through the weekend, reopening the following Monday. Christmas and New Year's. We shut down from Christmas through New Year's Day. All services will resume the following week with double duty cleanups. Weather policy. While we strive to provide service in most weather conditions, safety is always our priority. Severe weather may occasionally prevent us from completing your service. Rain, thunderstorm, high wind, extreme temperatures, flooding, snow accumulation, icy roads. As for the rain, light rain's not going to stop us, but if it's really aggressive and causing poor visibility, we will pause service or skip it. Thunderstorms, we don't work in thunderstorms. It's not a good idea. High winds, we live in Michigan. There's a lot of trees. There's a lot of trees. And so we don't want to be in a backyard where the wind is whipping back and forth and potentially a limb falls down on us. So if it's too windy, we will cancel it. Extreme temperatures, either way, extreme cold or extreme hot. Um, we talk about it as a staff to see what we feel comfortable with. Some people can handle the cold, some people cannot. Anything that's like below freezing, frostbite warning, we're not working. Heat stroke weather, we're not working in it. And now our people that are like in Arizona or California or those hotter places, they're probably like, we'll work at 120 degrees. Here in Michigan, we would probably die. We're just not acclimated to that. So you have to figure out like what's passable, what is humane, what do you want your people working in? What do you want to work in? Flooding. If the yard's flooded or the street is flooded, we get a lot of rain here. So if we can't access somebody's house because a road is flooded, we're not driving down it. And we're not going to swim through your backyard either. We're going to have to wait for that to dry up. Snow accumulation. Today it snowed. And the only way that we're going to cancel for snow is if we'll say light snow typically doesn't affect us, but heavy, fresh snow that buries waste or creates unsafe conditions will result us skipping service. Service will resume the following week with double duty. I probably need to add something about like the roads, if the main roads or side roads. I would probably when I do this again, I'll probably adjust that. And icy roads. If the roads are unsafe to travel and they're icy, it will be delayed or it will be skipped. Now, missed service due to weather. If service is postponed due to weather, it will be skipped for that week and resume the following week. Refunds are not offered for missed weeks under our monthly subscription model. but accumulated waste will be handled during your next visit. So it's just explaining to them that we're going to do double duty next week and we're going to get it. Do we get pushback with this? Sometimes, not all the time. And then it says if you need an immediate cleanup before your next scheduled service, contact us. Though availability cannot be guaranteed, we will do our best to accommodate. Thank you for understanding these policies, which helps us provide consistent and safe service. If you have any questions or concerns, don't feel free to reach out. And then it just has our contact information. Now, I do think it's really important for you to figure out your holiday schedule. It's important for you to nail down like how you want your billing, how missed payments are going to be handled, and stick to that. There's been so many times where I've scooped people for weeks, maybe even months, and they said they were going to pay me and never did. And then I just felt used and abused. But at the end of the day, like I allowed it to happen. So if you have to set a reminder in your phone, put a task on your CRM. I No, I don't put a task on my CRM because the virtual assistants take care of that for me. They handle it. Thank goodness. So you want to get that figured out. And then also what you're going to do about skip services. I know a lot of people are do like post pay or pay per week. I don't do that. They're a subscription model. By them signing up with us and doing the subscription model, they're essentially paying us to guarantee space on our schedule to make sure that we're taking care of their yard. If they want to skip a service, which I need to add this, if they want to skip a service because they're out of town or because their husband picked up the yard and they don't want to pay us, then that starts to become an issue because now you're messing with our route. Somebody else could have taken that spot, but you decided that you wanted to cancel a day or two before or the day of. No, no, because now we can't fill that spot. And so I have had to tell some customers that say, like, if you want to skip services, I completely understand. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to remove you from our recurring service. And then when you need a service, just call us. And if we have room on our schedule, we'll add you onto our schedule for that day or for that week. They have to understand that we have limited availability. And I had to have those difficult conversations. So it's kind of weird. It's kind of touchy. Most people understand. Most people are like, okay, that's fine. But you get people that have pushback. And the thing is when you get that pushback, that's when you can readjust your wording, right? Because they bring up a point that it wasn't clear enough. After going through this and reading it to you guys, there's some work that I actually need to fix and some things I want to change. But I hope this helps. Use it as a bit of like an inspiration. You don't have to do everything the way that I do. I mean, I'm still learning in business. This seems to work for me right now. But at any given time, if it's not working, I'll adjust, right? I'll make changes because I want to listen to my customer. If I have an overwhelming amount of customers that are livid about it, then I'm gonna make the change because at the end of the day, we want to make sure that our customers are happy because happy customers stay on with us and they're paying. All right, this is a really, really, really short episode. We're at 15 minutes. I have a meeting here in 10 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to boogie on out of here. If you guys have any questions or concerns, don't hesitate to reach out. That's so like copy and paste of what I say. If you have any questions or concerns, don't hesitate to reach out. I just want to let you guys know that I appreciate you so much. This whole journey on YouTube and the podcast has just been amazing. We hit 5,000 followers, community members on YouTube, which that was a huge goal of mine. I remember when I had 5 people watching my little crappy videos, and now there's 5,000 of you guys watching my videos. I don't think they're that crappy. I think they've gotten a little bit better. I've gotten some help along the way. But I appreciate you guys so much and keep the questions coming. I'm in the process of getting some virtual assistants to help me with the organization stuff because I just think this is I was thinking about this earlier and I was talking to William.
Dreaming of starting your own holiday lighting business? Bright Factory has you covered. Introducing the ultimate holiday lighting business in a box. Get ready to light up your community with everything you need to succeed: a complete brand identity, a sleek website, and fully wrapped trailer jam packed with supplies and equipment. We're talking top notch uniforms, eye catching marketing material, and world class training. Plus, custom videos for your team to ensure they're ready to shine from day one. Ready to turn your holiday lighting dreams into a reality? Visit brightfactory.com today and let Bright Factory light the way to your success.
Okay, hold on. I got some news. Erica, focus. Let me tell you what I was telling William. I was like, I was able to grow my business from zero to $250,000 a year with no real, like, I have some structure, but it's not organized. Like, I don't even have a proper sales process and follow up process. I got 38 leads that came in from some Google, or not Google, Facebook ads that I'm running, and I've closed none of them. Why? Because I don't have a follow up process. I don't have a marketing sales structure. I don't have scripts. I don't have none of it. Okay. And I never really worried about it too much because all of my content, all of my leads came from organic content. So I wasn't paying for it like monetarily. I was paying with time by making videos, but I never paid for it. So now that I'm sinking money into my advertisements and I have Mark that's like, hey, what's going on? Here's your leads. What did you close? Like he wants to know information, like hold things accountable and see how things are going. And I'm like embarrassed to tell him nothing. And he was telling me that other people are getting way better results than me. So obviously, like, I have an issue. Like, I had to take accountability for that. And I was telling William, I'm like, with me being able to hit 250,000 in revenue, just think once I get like an actual procedure and policy in place for lead gen, for follow up, for sales, goodness gracious, where are we going to go? Once I actually get a good flow on how to hire people and stay consistent, where are we going to go? It gets me excited. It gets me like fueled up again. There's just been a lot of really cool things that have happened. Before I was recording the podcast earlier with Christine Hodge, I got an email saying that one of the interviews I did went live. So I had an article that was written about like the business and not having a degree. And it was just a conversation that I had. I was really surprised. I was like, holy smokes, like this is amazing. It's just a lot of really cool things, and I'm incredibly blessed to have every single one of you here with me. And what I also wanted to say is, I know you guys have seen William and Levi here on the channel. They're the owners of Swoop Scoop. We did some content together, and then they also launched the Poop Scoop Millionaire. And I was helping promote. I was like doing whatever I could in the beginning, but I wasn't actually like a part of the PSM Poop Scoop Millionaire. Like just let's see what can happen. I have a platform. Let's talk about it. I think what he's doing in there is really, really good, especially for those folks that are trying to get in the industry. They're trying to get to that $100,000. They're trying to learn some new things because maybe they're having some issues in their business. And I was like, I was loving it. But we had some conversations, and they, whatever, they decided. When I say he or they, like it's not they, you know what I'm saying? Like it's William and Levi. I had the conversation with William, and he decided to bring me on as like a poop scoop millionaire personality. I don't know like what that means is in the grand scheme of things is in that community you're going to be seeing a lot more of me. I'm going to be making some videos over there. It's still going to be like my flavor, how I would deliver things to you. It's going to be a little bit more polished because William is much more structured than me and has a flow. Like I already know the videos that need to be made. I'm just out here winging it. I'm like, I look the day of, I'm like, let's record this video. So hopefully I'll learn a lot over there too of how to like be more organized. And the reason why I'm telling you this, there's a couple reasons. One, because you're going to start seeing me over there and you're going to be like, whoa, what's going on? So I am joining the team because I'm going to be making some content. I'm going to be doing some live Q&As within the community, much more active over there. So I'm very excited. And then as we're going through business, we don't know what we don't know, right? And I know that sometimes when I get around other people that know a lot more and I'm the dumbest person in the room, I get a little bit insecure and I get a little bit nervous. But it's so important to get around people that are where you want to go or where you can see yourself. And even if you can't see yourself being there, it's important if you want to grow. And I've seen what William and Levi have been able to do with their business after lots of conversations. I'm like, whoa, I can learn so much here. And he has had businesses before. He was able to put money into advertisement. So I get to see, like, on a scale, how that is done. Well, I didn't get to see it, but I get to learn the stuff behind the scenes. And I'm really, really grateful. And I really I think it's cool that I get to join the team and I get to show the experience of what it's like to start a business with just $1,000, where you don't know stuff. You don't have money to sink into advertisement. You got to get creative. You have to get crafty. So I'm able to offer like that viewpoint of it because I lived it. I documented it, right? You guys have been here with me. And for those of you that are new to the channel or new to the podcast, you can go back to my earlier videos. It was just in the moment. Me and an iPhone. I mean, I still record with my iPhone, so a lot of things haven't changed. Just, I think the content's got a little bit better. But I did decide that I'm building a community, a Croupen's content lab to teach people how to create content. And I thought to myself yesterday, I'm like, Erica, you got to be documenting this journey as well. You're doing a new journey, and it's an injustice to not show this process as well because it's a whole new thing. So that's some content that I want to make. So I'm going to go ahead. I said so many times. I hate that. I know I get some feedback about the ands and the likes and the buts and the so's. I was able to extend this episode out another 7 minutes. I hope that brought you some value. Let me know down in the comments what your guys' thoughts are on the terms of service. If you think I'm missing something that I should add, please let me know because I need all the help I can get as well. And I hope that this episode brought you some value. I'm off to a BNI meeting on Zoom. Wish me luck. And until next time, bye. All right. We're done. Whew.